37 from the Palace.
For the other people. Scottie Pippen will get a rest because he's going to be needed somewhere down here for offense.
Michael Jordan cuts the margin to 3, 7-4, nearing the 8-minute mark at quarter number 1. The Bulls will slow it up. Michael Jordan. And it's a 7-6 ball game. Cartwright, jump hook. Tipped out to Isaiah Thomas. 2-on-2 as Hodges gets back. Thomas and Jordan. Offensive foul. Strom calls Isaiah Thomas with the foul. Time has been called. Detroit up by 3.
Michael Jordan, of all people, great defense inside. Good position. He was set. An excellent call. Isaiah Thomas struggling. He wants to get to the basket because his jump shot's not working, but Michael Jordan beats him to the spot.
Field now. They were 6 of 24 in that pivotal quarter number 3 on Friday night. Jordan underneath. No, but he'll shoot. That Michael Jordan has been to the free throw line in this series at 9 o'clock Eastern. We can't tell you yet where that game will be played. The first quarter. Both coaches were in agreement. Defensive intensity would tell the story of this game. Michael Jordan, who rested the final 156 of the first quarter. Michael Jordan. He's got 8 points now. 9:20 to go, first half. Michael Jordan pump fake. Johnson flying, rejected by John Sally. Battle for the loose ball. They're still fighting, and Chicago will get it after Sally touched it. Jordan is 3 out of 9. Here's a Grant steal. Vinnie Johnson took an elbow, and Jordan gets the rebound.
Double teams with Horace Grant leaving his man. John Sally runs out of the picture. Michael Jordan, with his anticipation of Johnson turning his back, gets it to Grant, and Vinny holds his eye. And yes, he was struck. Cartwright. No call. Blocked by Isaiah Thomas. Here's Dumars. Only one today from three-point range. At the other end, Isaiah Thomas. Cartwright blocked by Sally. A 9-0 run by Detroit. 11. Thomas, Aguirre, Sally, and Dumars for Detroit. 3 of 12 now. Here's Pippen adjusting his shot and getting it over Sally. Sally with 1 second on the shot clock. 5 seconds. Got it. Rodman. That punctuates a pretty good period. As Detroit outscores Chicago by 17 points in quarter number 2. That's the end of the half with our score. Detroit 48, Chicago 33. As Phil Jackson said, but he's in a bad streak right now. Isaiah Thomas. Timeout, Chicago. Chuck Daly likes what he's seen in the first part of the second half. Trailblazers and the Pistons, 2 of the NBA teams that do fly chartered aircraft. Here's Michael Jordan from the baseline. And when we talked about getting Michael Jordan at different parts of the floor to utilize his attack from those areas, you need someone who's going to be able to start the play. Craig Hodges' job is to do that.
O'Brien, Pat?
Vernon, the last time out the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan had his own team meeting on the floor. The coaches had their own meeting. 2 separate meetings. Jordan saying, hey, we are not out of this thing yet. I've never seen him so animated in a huddle. Back to you guys.
All right. Pippen and Jordan for Chicago. Isaiah Thomas for 3. Jordan goes by Dumars. Over Edwards, 2 more. Michael now 8 of 16. And he's got 18 points. Jordan.
Nice soft bounce.
Well, the Piston pressure did what it wanted to, throw the Bulls out of their rhythm.
Edwards misses at the other end. The hunger. They meaning Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, but we've got the wisdom. We've been here before.
Well, certainly that.
The switch. Isaiah Thomas, no. Jordan with the rebound. 3:50 to go, third quarter. Hodges for three. Oh boy, big basket for the Bulls. Look at the defensive job Jordan's doing. Look at him go to the baseline, but there is a foul.
Certainly spreading the floor and then penetrating has allowed the Piston guards to find a lot of cutters going to the basket.
That's Glenn Elmore, Leslie Visser, and Pat O'Brien here. About a three, but Vinnie Johnson comes out. Johnson on the court now for Detroit. Underneath, there's the thing he sees right there. Perfect example. Well, the Bulls cut 5 from the margin. That's the end of the third period with our score. Detroit 69, Chicago 59.
For a lot of young people to keep an eye on, Isaiah Thomas is continually looking up court, even though he's handling the ball.
19 points for Isaiah Thomas. Here's Aguirre, who's come in the fourth quarter, and Mark Aguirre now has 12 points off the bench. Gets that miss. This is what Chuck Daly wanted. The first 4 points of the quarter belonged to Detroit, and now Jordan posts up and gets 2 more. He's got 24 at the end of 3:69-59. Rodman. Limping as he heads back down the court. Grant. Horace Grant gets his third basket from the field in the ball game. Pippen spots up for three, passes on the shot, and comes inside. Grant with the putback. Another offensive rebound. Neely back to Jordan with a fresh 24.
You're looking at a team right now fighting for their lives, and it's ratchet and clawing.
Lead back to 14. Dumars and Jordan. More magic from Michael. Chuck Daly counters with Mark Aguirre, Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Lambier, and John Sally. Isolation play for Jordan. And Isaiah Thomas ties him up.
Defensively, the Pistons are now pointing totally at Michael Jordan. They don't believe that any of the other 4 Bulls can hurt them at this point with this much time left. So anytime he turns his back or is away from the ball, you're going to find another Piston in his face. We take a look now on a clear out. Michael Jordan appears to have Joe Dumars beat. But Isaiah Thomas totally leads B.J. Armstrong, recognizing that Michael Jordan may try to do it on his own. And they play right into the Pistons' hands. Guys are trying to do more than they're capable of doing. And that includes Michael Jordan.
They're packing their bags in Portland. High school friend from Chicago, Isaiah Thomas, on that assist, and Magic Johnson is here to appreciate all this. He's the third close friend in that bunch. Timeout, Bulls, with 2:03 to go. Final minute. Mark Aguirre. Travel. Earl Strom tagged him with a travel while he was looking back at Michael Jordan. Lambier out. Thomas out.
Well, the Pistons have moved on, but you really got a feel for this man right here. I mean, playing his heart out, and he recognizes that his team, even though it's 1 game better, they took the Pistons to a 7th game this year, they still didn't bridge that gap. And that is putting them in the upper echelon of teams that wind up playing at the end of the season. You know, they've bounced back a lot during this series. Usually the Pistons have you down and grab you by the throat. But this time, in this game, the Pistons didn't let go, and the Bulls just couldn't wriggle out of it.
With the shot clock down to 1,
Mark McGuire brings it back outside. Well, Phil Jackson said yes, this will be considered a successful season for the Bulls. They went one game farther. For the Pistons, nothing but another world championship will do. And they, the Detroit Pistons, will meet the Portland Trail Blazers in the best of 7 beginning Tuesday night on CBS. 31%, but Michael Jordan had 31, and he's with Matt O'Brien.
Right. Vern, Michael Jordan here in the midst of the celebration. What are you saying to the other players, Mike?
All you can do is wish them good luck. I mean, we fought hard. They were the better team. We went to a 7-game series. What more can we ask for? We want to be where they are, but we still got to win our turn. We're still trying to improve our team. They were the better team, and they played better today.
What's your emotion now, Michael? Sadness, frustration?
Sadly, I'm disappointed, because I wanted to go further. But I got to accept the season that we played. We had a good season. We got this far. We got to look forward to next season. That's the only thing we can do.
Gave it a hell of a run.
Thank you.